Hey everybody, my name is Marty McDonald. I just heard about Daegan's contest and wanted to submit this, and actually made some notes this time. I usually just speak off the cuff, but I wanted to make sure I got this right. So my aha and breakthrough from Daegan Smith and his maximum leverage program is a little bit different probably than everybody else's, but it's the same. A lot of value that Daegan provides. So the first one came from they came from three specific events, and they were all live events. I saw Daegan speak at, it was in Vegas, I believe it was Live the Dream, the first one the guys from MLSP put on. And he had a breakout session with Mike Dillard, and he had given a list building tip. And it just blew my mind. I was like, why didn't I think about that? Why didn't I think about some of the paid traffic and some of the other things? And at that time, in internet marketing and business, I really wasn't really into list building, but the stuff that he said made so much sense. It was this is where I'm going to get started if I was starting today, and this is what I would do. The second one came a year later as I started to build a business in a couple different ways, in a couple different businesses actually, but the one I was focusing on was something where I was struggling a little bit, and it was in Orlando, and this was also at Live the Dream, and my buddy Dave was doing an interview with Daegan, and I was helping Dave out. And right at the end, I started talking to Daegan for a few minutes and told him about my background, and he said two things to me that really just changed everything in my mindset. I told him about my background, and he said, first thing he said is, well, I should be talking to you a little bit more. And the second thing is about that background, being a serial entrepreneur over the last 12 years of starting different businesses, selling them, and doing a variety of things. He said, run with that. You can utilize that. You can start to build a business off of that knowledge in this space. And that really gave me the confidence, I guess, to kind of start clearing out some of the garbage that was in my head and give me a mindset. But the third thing that was just awesome was at his Max Live event last year in Baltimore. I believe it was in December, and I was again helping him out, helping Dave out. He was doing some filming stuff, and I got to hang out with Daegan a little bit more, and I saw him prepare for the event, and that was one of the two things during that weekend that blew my mind and just made it awesome that you should just buy and listen to Daegan with whatever he's doing. Because I said, Dave wanted to know if you had like a PowerPoint or, what are you doing? What are you working off of? And he pointed to his chest. He's like, I'm working off my heart. I want to work with the audience, make sure that they get the value that they came here to see. And I don't know where the weekend's going to go. I have a general outline. And he did. On a notebook the next morning, he had an outline that he had sketched out. And, speaking from the heart, I thought that was huge. I was like, wow. I'm like, okay, he's going to roll with it and provide whatever the audience was looking for. But he did have an idea of what he was good, and it was a great weekend. The second thing that made the most difference just from that weekend was he started talking about telling a story when you're selling something. And that just set off all sorts of stuff for me. It provided me the missing ingredient that I needed when I was doing some sales presentation for my social media company. We weren't telling a story. We were presenting a lot of facts, presenting a lot of value, but we never tied it together in a story. And we started tying our proposals and our presentations into a story-like format, and it really worked. We just told our story. We told our story in the same way that Daegan had laid out. And we started closing more and more clients right at the beginning of the year and right into the second half of 2012. So thanks, Daegan, and I appreciate everything you've done, and I look forward to interacting in the future. So thanks.